Everybody, welcome to the show. Mike, hit that whistle. Here we are, episode 1013. We stopped counting episodes. For those that don't know, this whole show started because I agreed to do 25 episodes. That's it.
That's why it's called 25 Whistles.
Literally. Sometimes I forget to reset that because it's so normal to us. But whenever, years ago when DraftKings first started, they said, hey, will you do a 3 times a week show? I don't think I have the capacity for that. Well, will you do 50 shows? I'll do 25. And then obviously now we're at 1 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why it's called 25 Whistles. I'm glad everybody's here. Whistle's blown. And that's why it's a whistle, because we would start the show.
Yeah, everybody had a whistle.
Yeah. We used to all wear them the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. First season.
Speaking of the gold whistle that you guys got, that you got us.
You pawned it.
No. I heard a whistle in my house yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's cool. They found a whistle. Somebody had found my gold whistle, which was in my office in its case. My little 7-year-old found it, and they were playing with it. He's like, can we use it for our game? No, put it back.
After our first season, I got everybody gold whistles.
Yeah.
Those are $400 each.
I know. And I was like, put that back in the box.
They're legit.
Yeah.
A couple things. One, those Netflix fights were awful.
So bad, dude.
And I'm not a UFC guy, or I should say MMA guy. I'm very much a casual MMA guy, but you're the guy.
I love UFC. I love MMA, bare knuckle fighting, all of it. Dude, this one, I got suckered into it. I don't even know why I watched it.
It was free, though.
I get it. But there was also a UFC fight night going on whatever, Paramount, whatever it's on. And so I watched all of that, and I was like, okay, it's perfect timing. By the time that one ends, it's going to be time for the Nate Diaz fight. And it was perfect timing to watch Nate Diaz
He got beat.
Just get his butt kicked.
I saw he made $500,000 because they released how much money everybody made from the fights. I think he was the 3rd highest paid. I think it was Rousey, Carano. I think Nate Diaz was 3rd.
So no matter what happens, he gets paid that money.
Yeah, but boxers are like that too.
Yeah. But that's not UFC.
I'm not sure how UFC works. Again, I'm such a casual.
UFC is a win basis. You get paid on how much you get paid is based on if you win or not. Plus, you get bonuses for knockouts.
But that's only for the mid-card guys, right? I think the guys or girls that are in the main events are getting a set amount. Plus, if you can negotiate it, you also get, when it was pay-per-view time, a percentage of the pay-per-views.
Interesting.
I don't think those people are fighting for less than a guaranteed X millions of dollars.
Okay.
But I can understand some of the mid and low tier guys with that being the case.
And what's the whole exclusivity to UFC though? Nate Diaz maybe is done with the UFC, so is his contract free? Now he can do something like this? Because I don't know what league this was. I think
MVP.
It was under MVP.
It was Jake Paul, right? It was his promotion.
So these guys can just fight now. Nate Diaz isn't part of UFC anymore?
He wouldn't be able to fight for MVP if he was UFC.
But then some of these refs, they're UFC refs. Maybe they're universal refs. I don't know. But it's weird to me to see all these different, PFL is a different MMA league, UFC, a different MMA league, now MVP. It's funny to see everybody that's intertwined in all these. Some of the same refs.
If you're a fighter, UFC is the organization that if you're contractually obligated to, you can't fight outside of it.
Got it.
I'm not sure if the referee union, I don't know the rules.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. I just thought it's kind of sucked.
Dude, the Nate Diaz, I feel like that was just a paycheck.
I don't think he felt like it was just a paycheck.
I don't think he was ready for that fight. I don't think he prepared for that fight. Domination, though. And what sucks about him, though, is that even if he does fight a good fight, he looks like he loses every time because his face bleeds because of all this scar tissue that he has from fighting for so long. That one good punch just makes his face look like he got his butt kicked.
For me, the main event was the Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano fight, and she hadn't fought in a decade or maybe 17 years.
Yeah.
And Rousey hadn't fought. And so it was cool because they were both famous.
Yeah.
And it lasted 17 seconds.
That's crazy. An arm bar. Done. Tap out.
The only thing I saw instantly was that it was rigged. Did you see all that? The videos of them doing sparring before the fight and saying that they were going over the plot and what was going to happen.
Okay.
If it were rigged, no chance that ends in 17 seconds.
No.
If it were rigged, it's a late first rounder. We got to make this seem legit. The people that were saying that, because I saw it too, eye roll emoji, because if you're going to rig something, you at least want it to look like it's not rigged.
Right.
And what are they talking about? Practicing the move?
So when there was another fight going on, the broadcast panned in on Ronda, warming up in her locker and stuff like that. And then it looked like she did exactly how the fight went.
Yeah, which is she was rehearsing what she was going to do. Yeah, of course. They do it all the time. They show the room. They're practicing their grappling moves So I wouldn't doubt she was actually practicing that move, and it worked.
Well, that's also her move.
Yeah, that's
Right.
her. That's Ronda Rousey's signature move.
Right.
Yeah, if you're gonna rig something, you don't have it in 17 seconds.
Yeah, you got to make it last a little bit, right?
Did you see all the faces in the crowd just like, what? Like,
But also, like, they are not in shape. Like,
Yeah,
Gina Carano was not ready to fight.
No.
I'm just picking out a number. I feel like they said it had been like 17 years since she fought.
Yeah.
And good for them. They got people to care about it. But it was, from my perspective, a poorly run night. And I'm not sure why, because I don't know enough about it. The fights were all first-round knockouts. The big fight lasted 17 seconds. Maybe it was one of many, and they get better from here. But I don't want to spend much time on it. But I was very underwhelmed.
2009 was her last fight.
Ronda's?
No,
So that'd
Gina.
be 17 years,
Yeah,
then, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Something else in sports that people, a mass amount of people aren't super dedicated to, but I thought the headline was so interesting. Obviously, I'm watching a lot of college softball because Arkansas is good and my brother-in-law is the assistant head coach. Texas Tech was playing in a game. They were playing Ole Miss. In softball, they have 7 innings. So bottom of the 7th, Texas Tech is up. They're down 8-0. Okay, so they're the home team. Final at bat, they're down 8-0. They get out number 1, done. They get out number 2. They're 1 out away from losing 8-0. They get a hit, some runs, grand slam. They
What?
scored 8 runs
What?
with 2 outs in the bottom of the last inning.
No
And then they end
way.
up winning in extra innings.
No way.
So the stat was this century, teams were 0-640 when trailing by 8+ runs in an NCAA softball tournament game. It's now 1-640. Texas Tech was down 8 runs with 1 out left. They just tink, tink, hit. They were down 4 and the girl hit a grand slam. I didn't watch the whole inning. I turned it on because I kept seeing the scores go up and I said, let me check. I couldn't believe it.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Like, regardless if you're into baseball, softball, to be down 8 runs in just the last inning and to come back and win is crazy itself. But to have 2 outs, the girl that was pitching for Ole Miss had like 150 pitches to that game, and they didn't take her out.
She was in there the whole time. They
Yeah,
never
I
took her
believe
out.
so,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
That could be part of it.
I've never seen anything like that before. I understand why she starts the inning. She
Yeah.
shut them down through 6.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. But after
then
that grand slam,
Well, grand slam, it's 8-8. It's over.
Yeah.
It's tied
that
anyway.
grand slam.
After like 2 or 3, it's like, all right, let's get her
Yeah,
out here.
you
Let's
might bring
close this thing out.
Dang.
They needed 1 out. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen.
That's pretty wild. The only thing I think of there is making a bet on that and being like, got this one, then going back and like,
Turn
what?
it off. I know. Did you guys see the Matthew McConaughey story?
Nope.
No.
Okay, I've met him maybe twice. Odd dude, right?
Odd guy. I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
Always odd experience.
Hey.
Odd how? Like awkwardly social or
What do you mean awkwardly social?
like is he just not very like
no, he's like,
like, is
what
he
do you
just-
think he is?
Well, what do you expect him to be?
his character's like, hey man, what's up?
That's
That's
what
what
he's
he's
like.
okay.
That's
Okay.
exactly what he's like.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a point in his favor is he's exactly what he is showing you that he's exactly like, which
Yeah.
isn't always the case. But sometimes I roll my eyes at him because the story came out that he did not adjust well to fame, so he moved to Peru and lived for 22 days without electricity
I love
and
it.
went by Mateo.
I love it. That was in his book.
His book, yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yes. Mateo.
Yeah.
I love this dude.
From Variety, Matthew McConaughey once fled the country to live amongst people who didn't know who he was and to get his feet back on the ground.
And I've told you the story of where he fought the village.
Is this the same Mateo time?
Yes, the
Mhm.
village giant, right? Who had beat everyone that's come through that village. And so Matt goes in there. He's like, I want to fight him. And Matt fights him. You have to read the book to find out what happened.
I'm good. But again, I was told the book wasn't all true.
Yeah, I
There's
imagine it.
definitely some fabrications to it
I
for
imagine
sure.
it's
but
like that.
that.
It's
At
a
the
good
end of
read.
22 days, the tears in their eyes and the tears in my eyes and the hugs we had and the sadness and happiness of saying goodbye were all based off the man they met named Mateo, who had nothing to do with the celebrity. It reaffirmed my own identity that I still got it. This is based on me.
You know what's funny too? A little fun fact about that time period is he was feeling like a lot of that, right? Hollywood was kind of taking over his life. So to get grounded again, him and the guy that plays Rip in Yellowstone,
Cole Hauser.
Cole Hauser, and one of the other guys from Days of Confused went like on a European bike ride.
It would just be cool
Motorcycles.
to have that much time and money.
Yes.
Because when I hear this, I don't think that's crazy. I think you didn't have a job, and if you don't have a job, how did you have that money to do that? Because it'd have been fun to be able to do that in my 20s and 30s.
Yes.
That'd have been awesome. I didn't have the time or the money.
Right.
And if I had the money, I definitely didn't have the time. And if I had the time, that meant I didn't have the money because I was working.
Yes.
So when I hear stories like that, I'm so even jealous because that meant they were free. They made a little money, and they were like, "Screw it, we don't have a 9 to 5.
Let's go for 3 weeks and go ride our motorcycles
Go
across
for
Europe."
3 months.
Yeah,
Who cares?
whatever.
Acting.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't hear crazy. I hear that would be awesome, and then I get jealous because my job was something I had to commit to, like anybody else does with a normal job. Like, when do we ever get a month
Yeah.
Never.
in our whole life
To go do whatever
to
you
go
want.
do something?
Yeah.
And then you get to be an adult with kids, and we all know what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Now we all
yes,
do.
we do.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
What's your like when you met him? What was it? What happened?
He didn't smell very good,
Yeah,
Mhm.
body odor, bo.
but he was nice.
I could see him being a guy that doesn't wear
He doesn't wear deodorant.
deodorant.
I don't
Yeah.
even know if that's a current thing. Like, not sure. But back then, when we met him,
Yeah.
yes, it was a known thing that he didn't wear deodorant.
He was living in a trailer for some movie he had called Sahara, I think.
Uh huh.
Do you guys, Mike, you remember that
I
movie?
remember that.
Yeah, so he's doing promo for that.
Hmm.
Again, he was a nice guy. Odd, but he was just like you would think he would be whenever you see him on TV going, "I'd like to thank my hero, me in the past." You're like, wait, what? Or whatever he said.
Yeah, I saw him at a concert, and he was like, "Wow," he's standing right over there, and like, let me see if I get a picture with him. And I went up while the concert was going. He's there with a buddy, and I said, "Hey, Matt, can I get a picture?" He's like, "Not right now, buddy, man. Not right now."
Really?
Because he knew it opened the floodgates,
Yeah,
right? He
and I
couldn't-
was like, respectfully, dude, got it,
Dang.
well, he did call you Buddy Man.
buddy, man. You're good.
I've never heard Buddy Man before.
It was just like it was such a Matthew McConaughey thing. Like,
He sounded just like him right there.
All
dude.
right.
I will say that.
have you seen that video where these girls are leaving a Texas game, and he's right behind him in his pickup truck? He's right next to him in the pickup truck,
Mm.
and the girl's like, "Oh my gosh, there's Matthew McConaughey." She zooms in, and he's just driving the truck, like they're stuck in traffic, and he's looking forward, and then he realizes somebody's looking at him. He looks over like what? Are you looking at me? And then just waves at him, and then just keeps looking forward again. So funny, dude. He's like he's a character, like, and that's just how he is in real life.
I would think he's playing a character off screen, except for I think I met him twice and he was the same type of person.
Same guy.
Mhm.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Right?
cool. It's cool. I just don't believe his stories when he
Wrestles
wrestles the town giant.
Yes. And then comes back as a new man.
It's crazy because Eddie doesn't read books and he read that book.
Yep, correct.
That's the craziest story. It's not even McConaughey fighting the town giant. It's Eddie reading a book, but that's the one he read.
You know what's crazier too is my mother-in-law gives me a book every Christmas, and I don't read any of them. That's the only one I've read.
She gave you that one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. It is a good one.
Like, you'd think she would learn. Like, Eddie's not gonna read this book.
Do you tell her you don't read them?
Nope.
Okay, then she might. She might think you like to read
Did
it.
she ever ask you, like,
She
how?
never follows up either. Like, did you read that book?
It's gonna rain every day this week.
I heard.
That sucks.
I wanted to play golf at some
wanna-
point.
I don't even know what I'm doing. We gotta play golf in that big event.
I know.
Just
Hey, we got to get better.
with a bunch of clients, and I'm just terrible.
When is it? When is
I've
that?
not played golf since we played our tournament, July last year.
Oh, our tournament.
Yeah, me versus you.
I still think about that tournament
Oh,
a
wow.
lot.
Mm-hmm. We played a 3-day tournament, just Eddie versus myself, to see who the better golfer was, and I won. I got the trophy in my office still. We can play again this year.
It's
Put the trophy
funny.
back
I
up.
would love to, because it's funny when like I watch the majors, I think about us. You know, whenever I see like a golfer, when I see a golfer come back, I keep thinking like, "Dude, that totally could have been me. Like, I should have come back and won that.
You shouldn't have, and you didn't.
I got close.
Water.
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 Eddie started to be rude on the
Water.
course. So we got to do that. And then I got invited. Did I tell you to go out and do the Pebble?
Oh yeah. Did you talk about it here?
I talked about it. Dude, I don't know. I do 11 podcasts. I don't know where I say correct.
Right. So I'm caddying that one.
I don't think so.
I think
As of right now, because if we go, I'm going to have to get a house.
yeah, perfect.
And my wife and child are going to go.
Oh, that's not good.
And she's going to need help. And so her grandparents are probably going to come.
Oh,
the baby.
You can tell me
babysitter.
I can help.
No.
I'm caddying during the day.
So I invited my father-in-law.
Oh, great.
He's never played Pebble, and I was like, "You can go play Pebble." I have to go. I'm going to speak to a bunch of kids too,
Okay.
and so
That's the real reason you're going up.
No way, dude. Playing golf.
So there's a senior tournament, and they bring out celebrities. It's weird.
Dude, you're a celebrity.
I hear you. Whatever you
You're
think.
good.
I don't.
You fit.
I literally don't feel that way. But so they do that, but they want me to come out like a day before and talk to these kids. So they're like, you come out and you can play. What's the real? There's a course that it's a real fancy club.
At Pebble?
Nah, it's not Pebble because I've already
Oh.
played Pebble. But they were like, when you talk to these kids, if your father-in-law wants to play Pebble, he can go out and play. Like no problem. The course will be empty. And then
Like you talking about a course there?
yeah,
The
the
Spyglass,
okay, that's where
Monterey Peninsula?
the tournament's at Monterey Peninsula.
Okay.
Freaking great course.
Really?
We played it,
Amazing.
dude. It's amazing.
Amazing.
There's another one though that's a private club.
Spyglass? We say Spyglass?
Yeah, it's not one of those. That is so hard to get on, and they're like, you should come out and play that. But I have to go. I'm gonna go. But you're second round pick.
That's fine. You know what,
But
though?
we need childcare to come with this,
What-
and that's why the grandparents would want to come.
When you said your father-in-law, it's like, I surrender to that. Like, let him do it. He would love that.
Preserve?
No, but it's something like that.
Tahama,
No,
Cypress Point.
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
That's it.
That's
It's Cyprus.
it.
Yeah.
Whenever they play the tournament, you can see CP next to a player.
What does it say the dues are?
Let's see.
Like if you look up, it's not even dues. It's always the entry fee that gets you. Like the entry fee at
This is to be a
Cyprus.
member?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's pretty tough.
Out of my
What do you
league.
say?
$250,000.
That's entry fee?
The initial fee.
And then what are the dues? Does it say?
It doesn't say the dues.
And the dues would be your yearly?
It's $350 to
Monthly.
$500
Oh.
per round.
Oh, back it up. Okay. So to be part of a member, because obviously I'm not a member at a club, you have to pay an entry fee,
Mm-hmm.
which is usually expensive.
Mhm.
Like for this, in this case, $250,000, right? Then you pay a monthly fee to be a member on top of the entry fee.
I'll just tell you how it works where I go. So I had to pay because mine's nothing like this, but I had to pay like 50 grand. And it also floats, right? When the club, it's like dynamic pricing. When they can't take really any more members, the fee goes up. So if they have like 10 member spots left and that's it, the fee to go in. If a bunch
Smart.
leave or die, and they or they've like made the club bigger or they've added a second course, who knows? So dynamic pricing, sort of. When I got in, I think it was during COVID.
So that was low price?
No, I think everybody was trying to get in.
Yeah, because it was outdoors.
Yeah.
Probably,
So
huh?
I think
Something you can do,
Yeah.
right?
the entry fee at my club was like 50 grand. I don't know what it is now. And then
That's a one-time entry fee.
for the entry fee.
Got it.
And then we have to pay like $2,500 a month to
Just to be a member.
yep. And then we have to spend because you automatically get charged like $250 a month for food. Now you go and you use it, you have to spend it anyway.
It's credit?
No. So
This is crazy, dude.
it's like $250 a month. And if you go, you get $250 to eat because they're going to charge you for $250 anyway.
Okay. Okay.
So you're paying $250 a month for food.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it, they just charge you anyway.
Okay. Got it. So go use it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then golf, you pay separately for that?
No, if you bring a member, like every time I bring you, I have to pay like $150.
Dang, dude. Really?
But
But you're covered.
I'm through my monthly fee and my
Okay. Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
But if I bring a guest, that's a fee every time. So when Mike says like 350, whatever it is, that's if you a member and you bring a guest, that's what it costs.
Can you go there just to eat?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay, and
Not only that, and we don't use all the parts of our club, but there's a pool,
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
massive.
Tennis?
Pickleball. Ours doesn't have tennis.
Oh, it doesn't?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Like,
And-
I can't think of a scenario where like, I mean, I like to play golf by myself. So that sounds fun, I guess. Like if it's, but that's just a lot of money, dude.
Yeah, but if you had the money, Eddie, you would do it. You love golf.
And I'm not fighting for it because there's a lot of money, and I haven't played golf in almost a year with my ankle and then baby, so it's like just pissing away money.
Yeah.
But it's also the ability to kind of get on whenever you want, up to a point,
True.
and you just book through an app, and everybody knows you. And I have a locker. I mean, it's just also community, but I don't do the community stuff really.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of those guys are like friends, and
Uh-huh.
this is like a social thing for them, right?
Like I joined that club because it was close. That's really the only reason. But we have a bunch of friends that are at like other clubs, and they always go and hang out and stuff. And we're
Yeah.
just kind of like, we don't go there. My
No.
wife doesn't even go up there at all anyway. She's just like, she's nothing. She doesn't even go up there at all.
If she wants to play golf, she's covered, right? She's part of the family.
Mhm.
So if she wants to play golf, that's covered?
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there an age range?
It's anybody in the family.
Okay. Like
So
you
you
have like a
can't say-
6-year-old kid, or you can bring him on there.
A what?
Like your boy, a girl.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's family.
That's
with
cool.
family package.
So I can't be like a uncle.
I don't think uncles
cousin?
are covered. Immediate family.
Okay.
There are some courses in town like, what is the name of that course?
Troubadour.
Thank you. That it's not really a dues. It's not really an entry fee. You have to have property.
Oh, so you get to live on
You
it.
got to buy like a $2, $3, $4 million patch of property, and then you're a member there. There may be a little due issue too, but there's no entry fee.
And then don't they have to accept you? Like, do you got to
If
like?
you have property, I think you're in, unless for some reason they demand you not be in.
Which I'm sure those are out there.
But that's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a whole
for
different. That's a
sure.
whole different level.
My neighbor told me the other day his father-in-law is at Troubadour, a member, and he's like, anytime you want to go, let me know. And I'm like,
That place is awesome. It's
heard
super
great
fun.
things.
You don't have to wear a collared shirt. Wear no shirt. You don't have to wear any shoes.
No, that's not true. You can't go there no shirt, jean cutoffs, and
I have played it a bunch, and I've not seen anyone shirtless. But you can wear jean cutoffs.
Really,
You can wear a t-shirt. You can do whatever you want.
that's awesome.
is it Justin Thomas? He designed it, right?
He lives out there.
Really?
I don't know if he designed it,
Okay, I think
but
he
I've
designed
played probably 10 times out there.
Wow.
Really?
It's just a long drive.
Did you look for all the hidden alcohol?
No, it's
Yeah,
a
that's
hidden.
what he's
Everybody
gonna
knows,
do.
everybody knows what it is. Their shacks of their food is really great. And those properties, because it's a company, and I've played a few of them around the country. Because the one in Austin that we played is same
Oh,
property.
Driftwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've played one in like the Bahamas, in their own. It's the same ownership, but if you remember one, you remember.
Oh, that's
all.
cool.
That's awesome. Dang.
Yeah, that's like the deal my kids have with their golf pass. All the city courses all over the country, they're covered.
Exactly the same as Troubadour.
Same network.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we can be in Cincinnati, and we're like, dude, give me your public course.
Perfect.
I
Thank
think I think you'd be someone who would like to be a member of a club because of the social part, though.
Dude, you kidding me? I don't want to hang out with people.
You do like to hang out with people. You're a people person.
I don't.
Yeah,
You'd find other
You
dads.
go golfing by yourself.
Think of the small talk, Eddie.
Yeah, dude, you would
I love
it.
small talk. I
You would
love
go
small
up
talk.
for the events. They have events all the time. You go
Yeah.
up for the events.
But lately, I don't know, dude. Lately, I've been in this small talk thing where like there's a limit, 2-minute small talk, and then I'm like, gotta go.
Yeah, but you'd find friends that you played golf with and up there.
You're right, because every time we're at Ear Club, I see other dads.
Eddie like sees people he knows every time we play.
Jake, what's up, dude?
Yeah, it's literally how we do every time.
Saw him at basketball practice last week.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, speaking of golf, I didn't know the guy who won the PGA.
Aaron Raj.
I don't know.
Rye? Yeah.
And I'm more than a casual. I'm not a super, but I'm a mid, and I didn't know the guy.
He's a dude that's just been around, but no, doesn't really win a lot.
British dude. What I learned about him is that he wears 2 gloves. And
Huh. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't even notice he did that.
So he starts winning, and they got to like tell stories about him because
Yeah.
nobody knows who he is. So humble background, would wear 2 gloves. He's from the UK. So whatever country that he's from in the UK, maybe we'll say England, could be Scotland, for the sake of it. He wore 2 gloves because it was cold where he played.
Oh, really?
So it would keep his hands warm. And
Huh.
his dad, he keeps iron covers on all the time. His dad, they didn't grow up with a lot of money. So when they could afford a set and his dad like extended himself hard to buy him a nice set, his dad would clean the clubs after every round. So he put iron
Wow.
covers on it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they also said that he is the nicest guy on tour. Nobody will argue that.
Well, there you have it then.
It's a lot of pressure.
He's got my vote.
I'll say they did some digging for that one,
you're
didn't
right.
they?
Yeah, you're right. Like, so when someone that nobody knows is winning, like, where do they get all those stories from? Are they just like, dude, dig?
I'm sure they have PAs that, first of all, probably have a little bit on everybody. But day one, it's mostly the big guys because that's who they're following.
Yeah.
But once it gets to day 2, day 3, they're probably doing deeper research on all the folks that could have a chance. Because I bet you the folks that get cut and you don't know, they never even have bios written about them.
Yeah.
Or at least not extensive things that the announcers would have to know. But going into day 3, if everybody probably has something on them, especially in the top half, because they could be in contention.
Yeah. And that round 4, you had a bunch of no-namers, Smalley and
Yeah, I don't know.
this German guy like that.
Schmid.
Yeah, I'd never seen before. But would you rather have a no-namer win? Kind of cool, or one of the bigger guys win?
That's tough because like the underdog in me likes to see the underdogs win,
Yeah.
but it's the big guys who bring the ratings. Like if
Right.
I'm a network, I need the Schefflers. I want the Speeds. I want the names, the Rorys, the names that people know to win because that's what keep eyeballs.
Yep.
But like as a dude that's just going to read a headline, It's fun to see those guys win.
Yeah.
But it's not good for the game that underdogs win.
I agree, man. But there was what 150 players playing? Like that was maybe more, maybe 170. I didn't realize, but that's got to be the most out of all the majors. 170 players to start a tournament is a lot.
It's like the Bucks winning the NBA championship, the finals. Like it's a small market team nobody really cares about.
Yeah, cool.
It's a good story, but it's like you'd rather see the Lakers or the Celtics or people with real stars.
What about the Spurs?
Now yes, because of Wemby, because he's top 5 biggest star in the NBA now. I did see with the MVP vote, the top 5 were foreign.
That's crazy.
There hasn't been an American MVP in I think 5 or 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, because when I looked,
Shea's Canadian, right?
He is. When I looked at the voting, number 1 was Shea. He won it again. And then I'm going to probably mess up the order, but Jokic was 2. I believe Wemby was 3. Am I right still?
Yep.
I'm just going from memory here.
Yep.
At 4, I think was Wembanyama.
I think you said Wemby was 3.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Then I'm messing it up.
Wembyama are the same person.
He's a big dude, you know.
Good point. Luka was 4, I believe.
Broke him in half.
Luka was 4, and Giannis was no. Was Giannis 5? It was a foreigner. Let me think here. What other foreigners are
He's
there?
right about 4. It was Luka.
Yes.
Okay.
5 was a foreigner, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's top 4 then. Then I'm wrong. Okay. Well, the top 4 were foreigners.
So who's 5?
Cade Cunningham,
Oh,
Pistons.
okay. That's why that's crazy, dude. Of these international guys, it's not quite fair. You have the United States versus the whole world.
Yeah, but we created it. We've had it for much longer.
I know.
Yeah, Harden in 18 was the last one. American.
Did you see Rory be a total pud?
When?
Get the guy kicked out of the PGA?
I saw something about it, but I didn't see the clip. A USA chant or something?
So it was after he had hit. So he swings, and the guy goes, USA, and Rory goes, get him out of here.
Oh, really? He's done that before, you know.
It wasn't during his swing.
And I see more and more players saying, get him out of here. Like, I don't know if that's just my TikTok algorithm or what, but I've seen
Your algorithms get him out of here
Yeah.
situations.
I've seen a lot of players. I saw one video where it was just all compilation of a bunch of players being like, get him out of here. Like, hey, who did that? That guy right there. Get him out.
Basketball does that a bunch.
Yeah. But those fans, they think, basketball fans in particular, I feel like,
But
you can get away from
you're
with
okay
everything.
to yell anything you want after a swing at a golf event.
Well, not anything.
Well,
but
nothing like
yes,
that.
I didn't feel like when the guy yelled USA,
No.
it was worthy of him getting kicked out. But again, I didn't have the full context of it. I just saw the clip.
Maybe there was something before that.
The before that, Rory's kind of a pud, and when he's not playing well, I think he just starts to frizzle and find outside factors that he can blame it on. But I still like.
Yeah, I think he's got that reputation, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think more and more you start seeing him like not give a crap about what he does.
Well, I got bad news. I was about to join Live.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, and then they went down.
Yeah, dude, sorry.
I was offered $40 million for one year.
Dang.
Dude, you remember the money they were making was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like people were just, I would never take me like, psh,
Yeah, right.
that's a lot of money.
Somebody offer you $500 million? Get out of here.
I look at Cam Smith and I'm just like, dude, that guy's so rich.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude is so rich because he went to Live.
We'll take a break, come back, talk to Joe Vardon. We'll talk LeBron, NBA Finals, basketball, all that's coming up. All right, let's welcome in Joe Vardon, senior NBA writer for The Athletic, based in Cleveland, someone who's covered the league from a lot of different angles. One of my favorite writers. He's written about a bunch about LeBron, the Cavs, Team USA, the NBA playoffs, and you can check out his work, The Athletic, which I'm a big subscriber. You can follow him on social media at Joe Vardon. Joe, appreciate you coming on with us. I got to ask you the LeBron question first. Like, what's happening with LeBron? I'm just going to leave it vague. Like, what's happening with LeBron right now?
I mean, we're doing a lot of talking these days around Cleveland, wondering if he's going to show up for one of these conference finals games, just for the spectacle of it. He's done that before, and I think it was during maybe a contract year with the Lakers. It was a couple years ago, and he just showed up during the series against the Celtics, and of course, fans went crazy. But Bobby, I think to your bigger point about what's going on with him. The thing that I keep coming back to is he's done so much, not only with his own career, but what he's done for the league. And I think the question that he's asking himself now is, what is another year worth to me because he's making like $52 million right now. And when his contract expires, he is not going to get anywhere near that from any team, including the Lakers. So what discount is worth, the back-to-backs and the late night flights and the days long of treatment, and the potential for injury? And then what is whatever team he's on, what does that team look like? What are their chances? If it's not LA, is it worth being away from his wife and from Zuri, his daughter, for months at a time? So I'm not saying that the answers to those questions isn't yes, or that there is a number that he can be comfortable with, but it's like we talk all the time, we list Cleveland as one of the places that he could come and finish his career. Well, okay, barring massive moves by the front office that would reduce the quality of this team, LeBron would have to walk in and make $6 million, which to you and I might be a lot. Maybe to you it's not a lot. To me, it's a lot. But is he going to walk in there with the history that he has with this franchise in this city, and with the owner Dan Gilbert, and look around and not only know how much Donovan makes, and Harden and Evan and Jared Allen, but he'd be making less than Sam Merrill. Is he okay with that? I don't know. And if it's on another team, if he's making 10 million or even 15, or even with the Lakers and he's making 20, the guys in the room that are making more than him, he'll know it's because of what he's done for the league. Like this $77 billion media contract that just started this year. Well, how did the league get that? It was because of what LeBron has done for this league over the last 10 years, 12 years out of his 23-year season. Or 23-year career. So I just think that those questions have a lot more to do with this than I think we give them credit for.
Wouldn't it be the perfect storybook ending, though, if, let's say, the Cavs end up losing to the Knicks, or the Cavs even beat the Knicks and fall short to the Thunder or the Spurs, and they're so close. We need one more piece, and LeBron takes $1. For $1, he comes in and everybody stays intact. You still got Harden, you still got Donovan Mitchell, and he comes in and Cleveland wins it again. Wouldn't that be the perfect storybook ending?
Well, I think yes. I think of course it would be, and then that is an interesting component of this, because for LeBron's 23 seasons, and this is really a separator. A difference between maybe him and like a Kobe, is LeBron did have this. He always has. He's had this thing where he wants to be liked, and that's why when he left Cleveland the first time, that first year in Miami was so difficult for him, because he was such a villain throughout the league. So I do wonder about that. Like everything LeBron has said about his earning potential and what he's meant to the league, he has always said that he would never do something like that. But if he changed his mind and was pursuing that sort of cementable, like greatest of all time, and the way he would end his career by doing something like that, that could be worth it to him.
Is Dan Gilbert loved in Cleveland right now?
Well, so far, I just posted this story about Dan not only renting out 25 buses and sending 1,400 Clevelanders up here to Detroit, which is where I am talking to you, but also that the night before he had dinner with Kenny Atkinson and some of the front office, and was giving like calm, sage advice that turned out to work in Game 7. And the reaction so far has been pretty cool to the story. So I think insofar as any billionaire is loved these days, I think that Dan would be a popular character in the city. He doesn't live there. He lives up here in suburban Detroit, but he is the only living owner to win a major professional sports title in Cleveland, period. they had won one in 64. So with the Browns before there was the Super Bowl. Otherwise, it's just been the Cavs in 16. So he's it. And then beyond that, he's never said no to spending money on this team. And now he's investing in a brand new practice facility on the west side of Cleveland, near where the flats used to be. Still are, it's just different times. And he had bought up all this property in downtown Cleveland and done some work with casinos and that sort of thing. And so I think, I think that that when you consider what else is going on in the city, with how hard it's been for the Browns, and the Guardians are always competitive, but they're always competitive with a greatly reduced payroll, which is upsetting to fans. I think that Dan really has a place in Cleveland lore.
Do you think the fans that he sent up in all the buses, which, by the way, a perfect move if you're trying to get the people of Cleveland to love you, do you think the fans made a difference?
So Kenny said they did. I don't know. Bobby, I'm going to look at this in a different way. So the Cavs have the most expensive roster in the NBA. And because of that, it can make it difficult to maneuver around the edges or change your team. And Donovan Mitchell is due an extension this summer. And do you want to pay that? And there's always questions about coaching, especially if a team doesn't live up to the expectations. And this was an organization that has just failed, I guess, for lack of a better term, to get out of the second round since it got good again. They did a nice job recovering from LeBron leaving for the Lakers, but then haven't been able to take that next step for years. So there was a lot riding on this. And that's kind of a big gesture, I think. It's kind of like, going all in or just whatever poker term you can think of. That to me, if Dan does that and then the score is reversed, or even if the Cavs just lose, he could have that thrown in his face in the community where he lives, which is up here. So to show that kind of belief in support in his product and in this team, kind of says to me where he is on the direction of this team. And I think he approves of it. And I think, that regardless of what happens in these conference finals against a very, very strong Knicks team, I think we should expect that, that he is happy with the direction of this team and for it largely to remain the same.
It felt like the Pistons just did not have enough offensive firepower last night. It's like Cade Cunningham and that's it. You were there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was the question going into the playoffs for this team, and I thought that in a way the Pistons weren't given enough credit for how well and how hard they played every night during the regular season. But I do think that at some level that's how they got to the number one seed, is that, in this league where schedules are so different, depending on who you're playing that particular night, if you have a younger, stronger team that's hungrier, you can just go out and out physical teams in a way that you can't do in the NFL or in Major League Baseball during the regular season. And then that doesn't quite work all the time when you get to the postseason, because everybody's schedule is the same and everybody feels the stakes. And so I thought what was exposed, or what we saw from a Detroit team, is a team that is disciplined, that is huge, that is not afraid of the physicality, but when the chips are down, doesn't have that reliable enough of a second option behind Cade. And the Cavs just threw all kinds of stuff at him last night. And that he just couldn't get it going, and nobody else really could. I mean, I feel like their second most reliable option offensively was Duncan Robinson. And so, I think there's still more work to be done there. And we forget 2 years ago, they were they were not just the worst team in the NBA. They were one of the worst teams in NBA history. And now we're talking about number one seeds and taking that next step. So let's not lose sight of the fact of how far Detroit has traveled in a very short amount of time. But yeah, I mean, they still have some work to do, and they should, right? Like, that's too much ground to cover in 3 years. And then there is something in the East. There's only one team, Bobby, in the last 10 years that has gotten that number one seed and made it to the finals, and that was the 24 Celtics. And, Detroit's not quite there yet.
The Knicks just had a full week off. Cleveland just came out of the 7-game series. It kind of feels like what happened with the Knicks, where the 76ers just came out of a 7-game series and ran into the Knicks. How are we feeling, like, as far as this series starting? Is Cleveland going to need a buffer game to kind of get their wheels back?
Well, man, I don't know when this airs.
Today.
So
today.
Okay, today. All right, good. Well then, I guess I'm putting myself out there. I've been through this before. As you mentioned, I've been doing this a while, and I am aware of what happened to the Sixers in Game 1. But the Knicks did not have anywhere near the layoff going into the conference semifinals that they've had now. And it is my experience that these Game 1s, when one team is coming off a 7-game series and the other team has been off for 8 days, that they're a mess. And you're not going to really be able to tell from this first game what the series is going to look like. And I certainly felt that way going into the Cavs-Pistons series, and I know both teams had played a Game 7. So all that's a long way to say, I actually think, while I'm picking the Knicks in the series, I think the Cavs are going to win tomorrow night. I think the Knicks are going to look really rusty. They're going to be a little out of sync, and the Cavs have played every other day for 2 weeks. And they really found something that worked the other night, and they'll probably go out there tomorrow with roughly the same game plan. And so I kind of think, this series is 1-1 going back to Cleveland.
I know we started with LeBron. I'd kind of like to end back on LeBron. I was thinking about people who had so much hype, and I think he's probably the most live up to the hype athlete I've ever seen. I mean, Bryce Harper, a guy who had a lot of hype and has had a Hall of Fame career. I think it's LeBron. I think the other guy who I've seen hyped up a lot and deserving so far, but still we're in the infancy of it, is Wemby. But is LeBron the most hyped and lived up to the hype athlete that you've ever seen?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be 46 in September. So, it's not even close. In the NBA, we've had guys who have come into the league with very similar expectations, which is hard to do. But if you think about a Zion Williamson and the fanfare that followed him, and then now I think Wemby, although it might be a little different because he's not from the United States, and I just think that matters. There hasn't been anybody that has had so much expectation and just this sort of promise around him that he was going to do these special things in his sport. Maybe Tiger, but I don't think we were saying Tiger until he won the 97 Masters. And then if you think about, so then the expectations placed on him, and then he wins whatever, 14 or 15, I forget now. So maybe Tiger, but then even like, Jordan Spieth, Rory, like these guys in golf that they go crazy as young athletes, and we start talking about them as the next Tiger. And the reason why I say Tiger, and I know I'm focused on golf and I'm wearing this golf hat, but like Tiger Woods took a sport that was on the fringe and made it mainstream. Like he changed the whole conversation. So I do think he counts. And there were people that were supposed to follow him, and nobody's really kind of gotten there. I think, we're looking at Caitlin Clark as maybe being able to do that for the WNBA, but she didn't have a very good second year. She was hurt. So like she's got a lot of work to do. So you can just go all the sports. Mike Trout, like for as great as he is, like he's been hampered by injuries. Like Shohei, again, Japanese. So it's just a little different when we talk about these expectations and what we're watching. Shohei's been really good, and he's a multi-time champion. So maybe he's in that conversation, maybe. But there isn't really any other athlete that compares when you talk about what was expected of him and what he ended up doing. It's been a remarkable ride, and I've been lucky to have been able to cover so much of it.
Yeah, I think of LeBron wearing the Irish jersey in high school on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Like he's a high school teenager, and it's like, this is the next guy. And turns out they were right.
They were right.
Which is crazy because,
right.
They're never right. Okay, let me give you one final question. What happens with Giannis?
Yeah. I think it would be better. I think the Bucks should trade him. I think they should. I just think that the way he carried himself this year was a disappointment. It was. And I think that he caused most of the problems that they had there. And even you could trace Doc Rivers back. Like Doc didn't work out so well there. Okay. But you could trace all that back to Giannis too. So much of what they've done over the last however many years, like the trade for Damian Lillard and like sort of the breaking up of their championship team, all that was done in Giannis's name. And so then we get to this point this year where it's obvious that he and his representatives were having discussions with the Bucks about maybe moving on. And then for whatever reason, it doesn't quite work out. And so now he's trying to save face, but then the way the season ended, it's just, I know it's exhausting to me. And if it's clear there in Milwaukee that they can't win anymore with him, see what you can get. Now I do give them credit for holding their ground, because I didn't really like any of the offers that they got at the trade deadline this year, and I expect there to be more options available to them now. But I think for all parties involved, I think it's time to do that. So where he ends up, I don't know. But I do think it's time. And I think it'd be good for the league, for the Bucks, and for Giannis to just turn the page from this whole story.
Joe, appreciate the time. Everybody follow Joe, Vardon, Joe Vardon. And again, I'm a big Athletic subscriber, and I see it every month when it resubscribes on my credit card because it pops up on my phone. You've been billed $9.99 for the Athletic. I read all your stuff. I'm a big fan. Thanks, Joe, for the time.
Oh, my pleasure. Next time I have an Eric Church NBA story for you.
Okay.
So I guess
next.
We'll
okay.
have to do that next.
I got time now. I'd love to hear it.
But I was assigned to the Nuggets, and I do believe this was not when they went to the finals. This was, I think, when they ultimately lost in the conference finals. And so I flew home from my son's first communion, and then I flew back to Denver to rejoin the series. And it was an off day, and so I'm landing in Denver, don't know what I'm going to do that night, and then it just comes across my phone that there's an Eric Church concert, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in for this, and so I land and I try to catch practice. I think it was the Blazers had practice at the arena, and I get in there and I'm late, and practice was over. And so I'm just kind of walking through the arena looking for stuff. And I went into the media room thinking I could at least pick up a can of Diet Pepsi, see if anybody's in there, see if there's anything I could get, for work. And the media room had been completely turned over. And the lights were low, and there were some tables and some candles. And I'm like, what am I walking into? And sure enough, Eric Church was in there, half naked, with a towel over his bottom half, getting a rub down in the Denver Nuggets media room. And I walked right in on it. So there you go.
And did you say anything to a half naked Eric Church laying down, getting rubbed down?
Oh, sorry.
All right, that's good. That's good. You saw him in a way I never have. There you go.
There you go.
Joe, I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Big fan.
All right. Thanks, Bobby. Me too. Big
Thanks,
fan
Joe.
of yours. Thanks for having me.
Bye. All right, thanks to Joe Vardon. Before we go, I want to talk about this 9. Have you guys seen this challenge, the 9x9x9 challenge?
No.
No.
Okay. So the 9x9 challenge first is something they do in baseball, which involves 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings, and there are now teams that build the tray for it.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So you can go to certain ballparks and they have the 9x9 challenge, 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings. A fantasy football loser had to do the 9x9x9 challenge. He had to run 9 miles in one day, golf 9 holes
Oh,
after he runs 9 miles,
Oh.
eat 9 donuts.
it's not bad.
Ready? Drink 9 shots of espresso.
Oh, my
He's
God.
wired.
Finish 9 nicotine pouches.
Wait, now we're 99999.
Well, there's 9 of them.
Oh,
It's
there's
9 by
9
9 by
nines?
9 challenges.
Oh,
They probably
goodness.
each got to choose one thing.
That is terrible.
Complete 9 ski runs. This is in Vermont. I don't know anything about skiing, but it's like just the downhill.
Uh-huh.
Eat 9 hot dogs, drink 9 beers, and sit through 9 innings of baseball at a Red Sox game.
And how much time?
One day.
In one day?
All that's in one day.
That's impossible.
Impossible.
Impossible. There's no way, dude. As someone who tried to eat, I don't know how many hot dogs, that's
You'd have to think about this. So let's say the game started at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wake up in the morning and you run 9 miles first.
okay. How
So-
long does that take, Mike?
Let's you could do it in
Hour 20.
Not for you.
Somebody
Not-
random.
yeah,
Not
like
for
me,
you.
like
So
me,
let's say
Mike.
you're doing a 15-minute mile
Yeah. so
and
2
just really be conservative about that.
It's already noon.
Well, let's say you start at 6 though.
Okay, 6.
6 a.m. Let me do the math here.
So what are we thinking? 3 hours to do that?
Let's see. If we do a 15-minute mile times 9 miles, yeah, 2.5 hours,
Okay.
roughly. What do you get a different number than me?
Yeah, I got 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay,
So yeah,
okay. 2.5.
Okay. So that's 2.5 hours. So now it's let's you got to do it.
8:15,
No, you got to do it at 5.
seven,
You got to start at 4:30.
4:30?
Yeah. So let's start at
Early
4:30.
day.
You're done by 7 a.m. there.
Okay.
Now you got to golf 9 holes, and that's
good.
probably going to take
9,
you.
2 hours.
Let's be conservative though. May not be a good golfer.
Okay. 2.5 hours.
Okay, so now it's 9:30. Eat 9 donuts. You can be done by 10. Drink 9 shots of espresso. That's going to hurt. But let's just go to 11 a.m. I don't know how long a single ski run takes.
Yeah. I feel like driving there alone and just getting set up.
I think it's
takes
going to be
forever.
close to where they live,
Has
or
to
they
be.
wouldn't do it. Yeah, but I don't. Anybody here go skiing?
No.
So could be like 15 minutes to complete.
Okay,
1?
yeah.
10, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so let's say it's 20 minutes. It's 180. Let's say 3 hours. So now we're at. Let's just say we're at 2:30 p.m.
I'm stressing out already. For
There's
this guy.
9 nicotine pouches, so you could probably do those while you're doing the ski run.
While you're doing anything.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
But you got to eat the
Playing
donuts and espresso though. So
That's true.
But you-
Sorry, not anything. Anything, yeah.
But
It's
the
not going to mix well.
The donuts you can do while you're playing golf. You can do while you're
True.
anything.
So it's 2:30 right now. Let's just say it's 3 p.m. after you finish the nicotine pouches.
How many times have
Then you
thrown
gotta
up?
go, but then you go to the game at 7. So there's time to do this.
Oh my
You gotta
gosh.
focus up. There's time to do this.
That sounds miserable.
Yeah, that's harsh. It's funny though. It made the news, so you know.
Man.
The other thing before we jump is I saw Tom Brady walking the
Ugh.
catwalk in the Gucci, dude, in all leather. Did you see it?
Yes.
Dude, what's up with your boy?
That's-
He's not my boy
he's killing
anymore.
his-
He's not my boy
killing his
anymore.
aura. He's killing his winning aura.
He is your boy.
No. He's not my boy anymore.
And you-
I know Tom Brady as the guy that you didn't know anything about other than he wins Super Bowls. That's the Tom Brady I know.
Still the
and
same
I
guy.
love.
Still the same dude.
Oh, he's definitely because we know all about him and his runways and his girls.
It looked
and
weird.
And his Michael Jackson red jacket that he's wearing now.
Hey,
Everything.
now kissing his son on the lips after a little massage is not a big deal, right?
I don't even remember that. That feels like so many times ago that now all I think about is what he's doing now.
I saw the picture and I thought it was AI.
Yes.
Because he was in like all black leather. And I thought, because Tom Brady is a good looking dude. And you know what? Anybody, have fun, live your best life. All I'm saying is if you're a Brady football fan, this is kind of killing that.
Killing it. Absolutely.
I'm not even being a hater for what he was doing. I'm just saying he was known as the champion, quiet assassin.
Yeah.
Now he is the loud, luxurious, dating influencers, model, all black leather. It's weird, dude.
Giving commencement speeches on the same day.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind that so much.
I know, me neither. I'm just saying, like, it's just everywhere. It's like he
He
just
did. Georgetown, right?
at
Yeah.
Georgetown, and I saw he was also celebrating with the Aces and their WNBA championship. Like all in one weekend, he's doing all this, which obviously
live
is
your life. Live your life.
I mean, I'll be real.
All that sounds fun. I'd like to do all of it, but Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, it makes what we thought of as like this dude that just focuses on win championships. We see a different version of him now.
I know. You think the divorce is the big reason?
100%.
Has to be, right?
Yeah,
It's
because-
gotten crazy
Dude,
since the divorce.
My wife goes out of town for a week, and you know what I'm doing?
9 donuts and 9
Dude, I'm doing-
vouchers and a ski run.
Yeah.
And- Yeah. I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's weird. It's a totally different version of the person that we thought we knew.
I agree. I totally agree. I miss the old Tom Brady.
And it's not fair because you guys pinned him as this football player.
No, he did that.
Well, okay.
Protected his image perfectly.
Now we
Won
know,
championships.
we know what he's really like.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Thank you guys. Thanks to Joe Vardon. Thanks to Kickoff Kevin and Eddie and Mike with the whistle.
Whoa,
and
and
Brandon,
thank you, man.
then me.
Thanks
and
to
last,
Bobby.
last but least me. All right, that's it. We'll catch you guys soon. Mike, hit that whistle. All right, bye everybody.